This one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that is incomplete.
The execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McCloud. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Sometimes the philosophies get challenged at times. You don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Purdy. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops. and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And
he'll get in. He's over for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really not.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. After 1-7-0 on the East. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Purdy completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
McCaffrey. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. It'll go as no gain on the play. And now looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's success.
Touchdown 49ers! Christian McCaffrey from 3 yards out. And the 49ers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Take it in at the 3. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Well, shot taken on 3rd down, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipas now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Purdy. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of 1st at the 32. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Fielded just outside the goal line. solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 35 on second down. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Here's Purdy. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Second down, here's an option right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do want some as he did.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Eagles will have it taking over first and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. On first down, it's Purdy. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts them on the air and allows for them to have some success.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save.
Finally held down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is brought in at the 21. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught at the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
That's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it.
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Purdy now to throw.
Dancing to his left. This is Jennings. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the finish by a few yards. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Purdy to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. That's Samuel, caught left side. Another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Purdy, big 4th down play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at the 37-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And they take a knee. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So it's a victory here